Men's and women's basketball return home.
Well, football returns to the postseason for the first time in over a decade.
All this and more coming up on the Penguin Rundown. What's going on, Youngstown State? Welcome to another edition of the Penguin Rundown. I'm John Schiraldi alongside Mike Yerstowski. Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. And as you can tell, my co-host has already been enjoying some of the Thanksgiving festivities. A bit of a food coma for you, my friend.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of turkey, but hey, what are you supposed to do on Thanksgiving? Eat turkey, watch football, not supposed to be working.
Speaking of football, YSU fans will be happy because the first time in 10 years, YSU's back in the playoffs, baby, this Saturday at 5 p.m. against Sanford.
Absolutely. We're really excited about it. Men's and women's basketball return home, so a lot going on in campus this week.
Jam-packed, as we mentioned, football, basketball, a lot to get into. But before we touch on any of those, let's take a look at what Beck Stafford and company were up to in the pool this last weekend.
The swim and dive team competed this past week at the Mangus Cup Invitational at Cleveland State University. The team had a strong effort across the board as junior Victoria Rose placed second in the 200 freestyle. Junior Madison Aranda also came in second in the 500 freestyle, while senior Beck Stafford placed second in both diving events. This trio propelled YSU to finish 5th out of 14 teams. Stafford and company will now enjoy a nice break over the holidays before returning to action on January 13th when they travel to St. Francis.
Now, next fall, there will be a few new Penguins waddling around campus. Yes, both the women's bowling program and men's basketball have already started to add to their recruiting class of 2017. Emma Dockery signed a letter of intent to continue her bowling career at YSU. Dockery, a senior at Crestwood, has posted an average of 182 over her freshman, sophomore, and junior years of high school. As a sophomore, the future Penguin qualified for the state tournament and was named first team All-PTC. Head coach Jory will also be welcoming Dwayne Moss to the men's basketball program. The 6'7" forward is a 3-year letter winner at Carolina Forest High School and is a 2-time All-Region first-team selection. As a junior, Moss averaged 19.5 points per game and 6.4 rebounds. He also led the area in scoring while shooting 46% from the floor with 2.7 blocks and nearly 2 steals a game. Cannot wait to see those two in action for the Penguins next fall, Mike.
The women's basketball team traveled to Hawaii over the past week to play 2 games in the Bank of Hawaii Classic, a week that included activities with snorkeling, attending a luau, and a trip to Pearl Harbor. Also included 2 basketball games. In the first game in Hawaii, the Penguins fell to the Rainbow Wahi by a score of 72-50. Hawaii went on an 18-2 run in the first half to increase a lead that YSU could not cut down to below 12 for the final 25 minutes of the contest. Freshman Mary Dunn led the way for the Penguins with 14 points, while freshman Natalie Myers grabbed 8 boards. Sunday was a different day for the team as they picked up their first win of the 2016 season over Sacramento State with a final score of 102-94. The Penguins had their highest scoring game since scoring 106 points against Chicago State in 1998. YSU also had 6 players in double digits for the first time since 2000. A crazy back-and-forth game between the Penguins and the Hornets saw YSU score 35 points in the final 10 minutes, with 13 of those coming from the free throw line. India Benjamin had a big day, scoring a game-high 21 points, while freshman guard Miley Jones was behind her with 18. Miley's play in Hawaii was good enough to earn herself a spot on the all-tournament team. But taking a closer look at another bright spot for the team, Mary Dunn. The freshman forward has been a bright spot all season as she's averaging 10.8 points per game while grabbing 5.3 rebounds per game. She's also shooting 51.4% from the floor. Her great performance so far this season earned her Freshman of the Week honors in the Horizon League. Now, coming back to Ohio, the Gwins hosted Tiffin University yesterday inside the Beagley Center. You can check out YSUsports.com for results of the game. The team will now hit the road as they go west again as they travel to Arizona to take on Northern Arizona University on Monday at 8:30 Eastern.
It's been quite a start to the 2016 season for the men's basketball team. After a thrilling win over Akron, YSU traveled to Mobile, Alabama to play in the Red Diamond Roundball Classic. The Penguins went 1-2 on the weekend. Friday, YSU opened up with a 79-54 loss to Jacksonville. Cam Morris was the lone Gwin in double figures and led the team with 18 points. Saturday, the men lost to South Alabama 84-75, with Morris leading the way once again with 27. Jordan Kaufman also had a double-double, scoring 17 and grabbing 14 rebounds. Sunday, YSU would turn things around against Florida International University. Cam Morris finished off his great weekend with another scoring barrage. The junior had 29 points to lead YSU 78-72 over FIU. Taking a closer look at the hot start to 2016 for Cameron Morris. Morris currently sits at 5th in the nation in scoring. He has 28.2 points per game. He also leads the NCAA in total points and has had 4 20-plus point scoring nights. YSU followed up their win over FIU with a trouncing of the Westminster Titans this past Tuesday evening at the Beagley Center. YSU had 6 players in double figures, with most of their damage coming from beyond the arc. Senior Brett France had a career-high 18 points, including 6 triples, while Braun Hartfield also registered a new career high. The freshman had 17 points and also led the Gwins in rebounding with 8. Good luck to Cam, Coach Slocum, and the entire team as they will next host Canisius this Saturday at 12 p.m. in the Beagley Center.
YSU football is back in the NCAA playoffs. The NCAA announced early Sunday morning YSU would play host to the Samford Bulldogs. This will be the 4th meeting between the schools, with the most recent contest was a 37-29 win by the Penguins in the 2002 season finale. YSU hosts its first playoff game in nearly a decade after a 65-20 trouncing of the Missouri State Bears. The YSU offense had its best offensive output of the season, racking up over 747 total yards of offense, with 572 of that coming on the ground. Hunter Wells was also in a groove as the junior was nearly perfect, going 15 for 16 for 157 yards and a touchdown. Senior Martin Ruiz had arguably the best game of his career with 183 yards on 19 carries and 3 touchdowns. Jody Webb joined the 100-yard party as well with 166 yards on 15 attempts and 2 touchdowns. But the story of the afternoon was the redshirt freshman Joe Alessi. The South Range product racked up 190 yards on 7 attempts and reached the end zone twice. For his effort, Alessi was named Missouri Valley Football Conference Newcomer of the Week. The rich get richer, and it seems one thing's for sure, YSU always has a stable of talented running backs, and the future is very bright. Now, as you mentioned, Saturday at 5 p.m., YSU hosts Samford in the first round of the playoffs, and we caught up with sophomore Armand Delvate to find out what it means to his team to be back in the postseason.
Yeah, it was awesome. I mean, it was really special to have the whole team in the room, and just see your team pop up there as a host, and it was surprising that we got Samford, but we were all really excited. As you can see, we were all about business, just ready to go week for week, just try and get 1-0 each week until January 7th. Yeah, I think this team really bought into Coach Pelini's message. I mean, just being unselfish. I think a lot of teams last year, my freshman year, there were some selfish players, and not everybody was set, and not everybody was bought into the one goal, make playoffs. And this year's team, I mean, from top to bottom, everybody wanted to get in the playoffs, and we did that. Now the next goal is just keep winning. Yeah, they're a fast team. They like to throw the ball a lot. Our defensive backs are going to come out and play ball just like they have all season, and we're just going to try and slow them down, slow their offense down, keep our offense on the field as long as possible. Yeah, he was proud of us. He was proud that we made the playoffs because that was our goal from ever since spring ball started way back when. And now we're in there, and now anything can happen in the playoffs. I mean, there's no bad team in the playoffs, so we just got to keep getting better. That's been his message all along, and that's going to continue to be his message. Just keep getting better every single week.
This will be the program's 12th appearance in the postseason and the first since 2006. YSU has 4 national championships and is 25-7 all-time in the playoffs and is 14-1 at Stambaugh Stadium. YSU should have a capacity crowd at the Ice Castle on Saturday. Tickets for the game will be available for purchase by phone or online at www.ysusports.com, or you can stop by the Stambaugh Stadium Athletic Ticket Office. See you all at Stambaugh Stadium at 5 p.m. on Saturday.
And now, Mike, it's time once again for everyone's favorite part of the show, the Penguin Play of the Week. Now, unfortunately, we don't have a top 5 for you guys.
But we got a really good one.
We have 1 of 3 touchdown runs for the big day that Martin Ruiz had. Let's take a look at the film. As you can see here, backed up into their own end zone, the Penguins hand off to Ruiz, who erupts down the left side of the field, leaving the defenders in the dust. Mike Martin, a guy that's really known more for his power running, here shows a little bit of that speed and agility and really just leaves everyone in the dust.
Breaking speed.
This run went for 93 yards. That's good enough for third on the all-time YSU list for the longest individual runs in history. Congratulations to Martin for not just the Penguin Play of the Week, but 183 yards and 3 touchdowns. Probably the best game of his career,
Yeah,
Mike.
I'm excited to see those 3 running backs, 4 if including Joe Alessi, into that, leading us deep into the playoffs with that defense. I think we're in for a special maybe month and a half here of this postseason run.
I thought we were set with a talented trio, and now it seems we have a quartet of exceedingly good running backs.
Never have too many, that's for sure.
That you can say that again, my friend. That about does it for us here at the Penguin Rundown. For news, highlights, and more, be sure to check out YSUsports.com and be sure to follow us on Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and Facebook at Penguin Rundown 1. I'm John Schiraldi.
And I'm Mike Rustowski. Happy Thanksgiving, Penguin Nation.